Hello student, welcome to the lecture series of complex integration. In this complex integration, we will solve complex integration with the help of line integral, path integral, Cauchy's integral formula and Cauchy's integral theorem. Okay, so first of all, let us understand what is complex integration. Okay, the concept of a real line integral is extended to that of complex line integral. Complex integral plays an important role in evaluation of complicated real integral. Okay, in real integration, here you can clearly see that you have given integration from a to b f of x into dx. Okay, so the path of integration is always along the x-axis from x is equal to a to x is equal to b. Okay, but in complex integration, you have given integration from z1 to z2 f of z into dz. So the path of integration can be along any curve from z is equal to z1 to z is equal to z. Okay, but when the function is analytic function, so at that time it does not depend upon any path. Okay, the condition is that our function f of z is analytic function. Okay, so at that time our integral does not depend upon any path. Okay, here in complex integration, so integration which is along any curve from z1 to z2. So here z1 is equal to x1 plus iy1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus iy. Okay, let us understand first topic, that is line integral. Okay, so in line integral you have given, suppose question like that, integration from z1 to z2 x minus iy into dz, where z1 is equal to 0 and z2 is equal to 1 plus I. So here you can clearly see that our function which is in the form of x and y, and here you have given that integrate this function with respect to dz. Okay, so here you can clearly see that this is function which is in the form of x and y, and here you have given integrate this with respect to z. So this is not possible. So here at that time you have to take z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, so by derivative with both sides you will get dz is equal to dx plus I dy. Okay, so now we will get next term like that, this is x minus iy, and put dy is equal to dx plus I dy. Okay, now here you can clearly see that we have dx and dy. So again this integration is not possible, and here we cannot put z1 and z2 because here we have taken dz is equal to dx plus I dy. Okay, so now with the help of this 2 point, that is z1 is equal to 0 to z1 is equal to 1 plus I. So this is our 0 point and this is our 1 point. Okay, so by joining this 2 point you will get one line. Okay, so by using this line joining equation you will get one equation, and with the help of this equation you can solve this integration easily every time. Okay, so in line integral you have given every time 2 points, and by using line joining equation you will get one equation, and by using this equation you can easily solve this integration. Okay, so here this one point is x1 y1 and this is point that is x2 y2. Okay, so here y minus y1 that is 0, here y2 is 1, y1 is 0, x2 is 1, x1 is 0, this is x minus 0. Okay, so this will become y is equal to x. Okay, so this is by taking derivative you will get dy is equal to dx. Okay, now put y is equal to x here and dy is equal to dx here. Okay, so now you will get this is integration with respect to x. So by taking limit of x, that is from 0 to 1, you can easily solve this integration. Okay, so this is basic understanding of this type of example. By using this line joining equation you can easily evaluate this integration, that is complex integration. Okay, let us understand with example. Here you have given, that is evaluate integration from 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus ix square into dz along the line from z is equal to 0 to z is equal to 1 plus I. Here z is equal to 0. What is the meaning of z is equal to 0? That is 0 plus 0 I. Okay, so this is 0.00. And what is the meaning of 1 plus I? So here x is 1 and y is 1. Okay, so this is our 0 0 and 1 point. Okay, so now here you can clearly see that here integration of I limit from 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus ix square into dz. So this is limit of z. But you cannot solve this integration with respect to z because here function which is in the form of x and y. Okay, so you cannot solve this function x and y with respect to z. So for that we have to take z is equal to x plus iy. So by taking derivative at both sides we will get dz is equal to dx plus I dy. So by putting dz is equal to dx plus I dy, you will get this term like this. Here I am writing c because this is the limit 0 plus 0 I to 1 plus I. So this is limit for z. And here I am replacing dz by dx plus I dy. Okay, so you can take integration either with respect to x only or either with respect to y only. Okay, so now here this is not decided that here we are going to take integration with respect to x or with respect to y. So that's why I am writing only c. That is what is the meaning of c, that is curve. Okay, so here you can clearly see that here dx present and dy present. Okay, so either you can integrate with respect to x only or either you can integrate with respect to y only here. Okay, so here we have to convert all x by y or all y by x. Okay, choice is yours. So here you have given 2 points. One point is 0 0 and second point is 1 1. Okay, so by using line joining equation. So what is our line joining equation? So by line joining equation, that is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 and here x minus x1. Okay, so this will become y minus 0, y2 that is 1 minus 0, here also 1 minus 0 and this is x minus 0. Okay, so this will become y is equal to x. So dy is equal to dx by taking derivative at both sides. So you can clearly see that we can put y is equal to x also or x is equal to y also. Here also dy is equal to dx and dx is equal to dy. Choice is yours. Okay. Here I am putting y is equal to x. So here by putting y is equal to x, so this will become x minus x plus ix square and this is dx plus I by putting dy is equal to dx. So now you can clearly see that this is the function of x and here I am taking integration with respect to x. So here we have to put limit of x and that is from 0 to 1. Okay, so put here limit from 0 to 1. If you are taking integration with respect to y, so put limit of y, that is also 0 to 1. Okay, so here integration from 0 to 1, by cancel out this plus x minus x, so you will get ix square and this is by taking dx common, you will get next term like this. So now by taking I into 1 plus I common, you will get integration from 0 to 1 x square into dx. Okay. So now this is our 0 0 point. In next slide, this is our 1 1 point and we have next term like this I into 1 plus I integration from 0 to 1 x square into dx. Okay, so now by multiplying I, this will become I plus I square and integration of x square, that is x cubed by 3 and limit from 0 to 1. Okay, this is I and what is the meaning of I square? So I square is equal to minus 1. So this is minus 1. Put upper limit 1 in place of x, so we will get 1 by 3 and minus put lower limit 0 in place of x, so you will get 0 answer here. Okay, so this will become I minus 1 into 1 by 3. By multiplying 1 by 3 with this term, you will get 1 by 3 into y minus 1 by 3. Okay, so now this is our final answer, which is in the form of complex form. Okay, let us understand with next example. I is equal to integration from 0 to 2 plus I and here function which is in the form of z square into dz. Our function f of z is analytic function or not? So here you can clearly see that function f of z is equal to z square. So here by taking derivative you will get 2z and by putting z is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 you will get finite answer. So we can say that function f of z is an analytic function because because function f of z is differentiable at every point. So if function is differentiable at every point, so we can say that function f of z is an analytic function. So we can say that here function f of z is equal to z square is an analytic function. Okay. So if function f of z is analytic function, then it does not depend upon any fact. Okay. So you can directly integrate it. So here we have integration of I, integration from 0 to 2 plus I z square into dz. Okay, so here function f of z is analytic function, so we can directly integrate it. So what is the integration of z square? That will become z cube by 3 and limit from 0 to 2 plus. Okay, by putting upper limit in place of z, here you can clearly see that the function which is in the form of z, and here our limit also which is in the form of x plus iy form. What is the meaning of 0? That is 0 plus 0 I. Okay, so by putting upper limit in place of z, this will become 2 plus I raised to whole cube divided by 3 and minus this is 0 plus 0 I raised to whole cube divided by 3. Okay, so this will become now 2 plus I raised to whole cube divided by 3. And what will be our next term? That is a plus b raised to whole cube. So this will become 2 cube plus I cube plus 3 a square b, that is 3 into 4 into I plus 3 a b square. Okay, and divide by this will become 3. Okay, so 2 cube, that is of I cube, so we can write I cube like this, I square into I, and what is I square? So that is minus 1 into I, so this will become minus I. So this is minus I and plus this will become 4 3 are 12 I plus 3 2 are 6. And what is the meaning of I square? So that is minus 1 divided by 3. Okay, so now we will get 8 minus 6, that is 2, and here 12I minus I, so this will become 11I by 3. So our final answer, that is 2 by 3 plus 11I by 3, this is our final answer. Okay, now let's take another example, that is evaluate integration of c x square minus iy into dz along the parabola y is equal to 2x square from 1 to 2 to 2 to 8. Okay, you can clearly see that our integration of integration from curve c x square minus iy into dz. Okay, so here you can clearly see that our function which is in the form of x and y, and here we cannot integrate it with respect to z. So take z is equal to x plus iy, and by taking derivative with both sides you will get dz is equal to dx plus I dy. Okay, by putting this all things, that is integration of c x square minus iy, and by putting dz is equal to dx plus I dy, you will get this term. So here you can clearly see that now we have dx plus I dy. Okay, so again we cannot integrate it with respect to dx or dy both. Okay, so here we have to convert x form or either y form. Okay, so for that we can use this y is equal to 2x square. So here you have given y is equal to 2x squared, so we can put y is equal to 2x square, and by taking derivative, so this will become 2y is equal to 4x into, here integration of c, this is x square minus I, take y is equal to 2x square, here dx, and put dy is equal to 4x into dx. Okay, so now here you can clearly see that this is the function of x, and here we are taking integration with respect to x. So put here limit of x. So here you can clearly see that x is going from 1 to 2, so here put limit from 1 to 2. Okay, so now we will get integration from 1 to 2. By taking x square common, you will get 1 minus 2I into x square, and by taking dx common, this will become 1 plus 4ix into dx. Okay, so now here you have integration from 1 to 2, this is 1 minus 2i, and by multiplying this you will get x square plus 4i x cube into dx. Okay, so now by taking 1 minus 2i common, So our next term will become I is equal to 1 minus 2i common. So we will get now integration from 1 to 2. This will become x square plus 4i x cube into dx. Okay, so this is 1 minus 2i common, integration of x square, that is x cube by 3, plus 4i integration of x cube, that is x raised to 4, and limit from 1 to 2. Okay, so now by putting upper limit in place of x, we will get first term like that, 2 cube divided by 3 plus 4i, this will become 2 raised to 4 divided by 4, and by putting lower limit in place of x, you will get 1 by 3 plus 4i, this will become 1 by 4. Okay, so this is 4 cancel out, here also 4 cancel out, so this will become 1 minus 2i, and this is 8 by 3 plus 16i, and minus this will become 1 by 3, and plus this is I. Okay, so now this will become 1 minus 2i, and this is 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3, so this will become 7 by 3, and this is 16i minus I, so this will become 15i. Okay, now multiply this 1 minus 2i, this 7 by 3 plus 15i, so you will get 7 by 3 plus 15i minus 14i by 3, and minus 30i square, but we know that I square is equal to minus 1, so this will become plus 30. Okay, so now I am writing our final answer by solving these, that is 7 by 3 plus 30, this will become 97 by 3, and 15i minus 40i by 3, so this will become plus 31i by. So this will our final answer. Okay, in this lecture we have studied about line integral, and by using this concept you can easily solve many examples. Okay, thank you for watching this video.